Attila the Hun was born into the ruling family of the Huns around 406 AD, likely somewhere within the Hunnic territories north of the Danube River. Attila grew up in a world defined by horses, warfare, and shifting alliances. The Huns were not a settled empire in the Roman sense. They were a confederation of tribes, mobile, adaptable, and deadly, whose mastery of mounted archery made them nearly unstoppable on open ground. As a young man, Attila was reportedly sent as a diplomatic hostage to the Roman court, where he observed firsthand the wealth, bureaucracy, and political fragility of the empire he would one day threaten. In 434, Attila and his brother Bleda inherited joint rule of the Hunnic Confederation. Within a few years, Bleda was dead, likely murdered, and Attila became sole ruler. What followed was one of the most aggressive campaigns of expansion in late antiquity. He first turned his attention eastward toward the Eastern Roman Empire. Cities along the Danube fell one by one. Roman armies struggled to contain him. Constantinople itself was spared only because of its massive Theodosian walls. The emperor in the east agreed to pay staggering annual tribute in gold to keep Attila at bay. Then Attila turned west. In 451, he invaded Gaul, modern France, and parts of the rest of Western Europe. A coalition army led by the Roman general Flavius Aetius and supported by Visigothic forces confronted him at the Battle of the Catalonian Plains. The result was indecisive but costly. It halted Attila's advance into Gaul and proved that he was not invincible. Undeterred, Attila invaded Italy the following year. Northern cities were devastated. Refugees fled into the lagoons that would later become Venice. Yet Rome itself was not sacked. According to later tradition, Pope Leo I met Attila personally and persuaded him to withdraw, though famine, disease, and overstretched supply lines likely played his larger role. Then, at the height of his power, Attila died suddenly in 453 on the night of his wedding to a young bride named Ildiko. Ancient sources claim he suffered a fatal hemorrhage. His warriors, it is said, mourned him not with tears but with blood, cutting their own faces so that the greatest of warriors would be honored by warriors' grief. After his death, the Hunnic Empire collapsed almost immediately. Without Attila's personal authority, rival tribes revolted. Within a generation, the Huns faded from history as a dominant power.